Hi Aquarius, how are we today? Just doing our weekly reading. This week we are doing the monthly readings, okay? So looking at March 2024, seeing what is in store for you, okay? Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. Every single like and comment and subscribe really does help the channel grow. Being such a small channel, I do really appreciate that. If you do leave a comment, you will go in the draw for a free personal reading as well. So, leave those comments there, guys. But this week we are I've got the Oracle of the Shapeshifters, another awesome Lucy Cavendish deck. Some beautiful artwork on those. Our lenormand deck, we have the Red Hand lenormand this week. Quite a lot of extra cards in that one. But I do also have two love oracles. So we've got the True Love Oracle there, as well as the Angel Answers Oracle. Okay, so getting into it for you, Aquarius, dividing the month, start, middle, and end, okay, and seeing what's coming through for you in March. Okay, Aquarius, what is going on for Aquarius in March? Start, middle, and end of March for Aquarius, please. One more. Okay. Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. Start of March, we have the Once Upon a Midnight Dreary. That talks about creativity, genius, writing, expression, and artistic flow. Okay, so getting that creativity out at the start of March here. Creativity, genius, writing, expression, and artistic flow. So I feel like there's a lot of fresh ideas coming to you at the start of March. You're really sort of unleashing that passion within and expressing yourself. For some of you, that's just merely expressing yourself. Just by showing, by letting your uniqueness out a little bit here, Aquarius. But for others of you, that is definitely a little bit more tangible, like, painting, drawing, writing, all that sort of stuff as well. The middle of March, we do have Elizabeth and the Lion. All right, that one, it's time to become a great leader. So we see a lion there in that one as well. So that does talk about having this strength within you, becoming a leader, having, this sense of power and strength about you. We also have the end of March, raised by wolves. And that is you belong. Okay, so having this sense of community and belonging to something or someone at the end of March here. So they do seem to be completely split energies here. So we'll have a look with the lenormand and see if we can delve into that a little bit more, see whether this is some sort of storyline or whether these are all individual energies coming through for you here. Okay, Aquarius. Once Upon a Midnight Dreary, start of March for Aquarius. Okay, I'll grab all the lenormand out for you now so we can sort of move through and progress through the timeline all in one. Okay, Aquarius, the middle of March, Elizabeth and the Lion energy for Aquarius in the middle of March. Okay, and one more for that one, please. And raised by wolves. The raised by wolves energy for Aquarius at the end of March, please. End of March for Aquarius. And one more for that one as well. Getting a very mixed bag of energy for you here. Okay, so with that once upon a midnight dreary energy, that creative expression energy, we do firstly have the bear. All right, so that is connecting a little bit with that leadership card in the middle of March as well. The bear is a very nurturing, protective kind of energy. It's standing in your strength and power, having some strong boundaries up around yourself, but, not to the point of being defensive, but still being very protective of yourself. But we do have that coming through with the astral cards. So I do feel that for a lot of you, this is there's something coming through here where the astral is talking about the alternate dimension, the spiritual dimension. It can talk about dreams and fantasy and all that sort of stuff, and you're kind of protecting all that. Just one moment, my doorbell just rang. Won't be a sec. Sorry about that, Aquarius. Wasn't even for me, just some local kids looking for my son. Anyway, sorry about the interruption. But yeah, so this is all about, I feel like for a lot of you, this is talking about protecting your spiritual flow when it comes to your creativity. Those things that, that you have that passion for on a creative, unique sort of expressive level, and protecting that within yourself, and kind of protecting that side of yourself where you're allowing that to flow. It's kind of an interesting energy there, because you're kind of nurturing your creativity, but you're also protecting it a little bit here as well, that you are it's just more coming along the lines of, protecting that side of yourself rather than protecting your creative works. Although for some of you, I'm definitely hearing that as well, that if you are sort of, doing something like writing a book or something along those lines, that there maybe is the need to look into, the protective side of how to protect your, creative expression. So, I'm just hearing things like watermarking things and copywriting things. So there's probably someone out there that may be relevant for, but ultimately it's more about protecting the side of yourself that is creative. All right, not like finding your strength in your creation, and really protecting that side of yourself, not allowing yourself to, having boundaries as well about with that yourself as well. So not allowing yourself to be rational 100% of the time, allowing yourself time to be just creative and just flow with the energy that's within you, and just flow with that uniqueness. I am definitely picking up someone is a writer here with the book coming through as well. So we're definitely feeling that there is, I'm definitely getting that there is somebody who is writing something, that there is the need to protect that and copyright that, and make backup files and whatnot as well, putting a backup on something else, because there's definitely a need to protect that work. All right, so if that's you, make sure you are doing that sort of stuff, like putting, backing that file up on a external source, all those sorts of things, making sure that you are time stamping your work and things like that as well. So, I'm just getting that for some reason that's coming through is very important for someone, especially when it's coming to written applications. So someone who's writing a book or writing a story, or writing a play, or something like that. But that book energy too, it's once again, it's that creative expression, creating new parts of yourself and putting that on paper, like whether that's literally or figuratively. Letting the world know who you are. This really is the story of you. This book energy here, it's entering into the unknown, writing the next chapter of your own life, and being creative with it, and working out exactly where you're going in your life, and where you want that to go, and what you want the next unexpected plot twist to be for yourself, and things like that. So really protecting your creative energy, especially around the start of March here. But that does feel very standalone message for you here. So I do feel for a lot of you that is, just a standalone kind of message for the start of March here. Because then once we move into the middle of March with that Elizabeth and the Lion talking about it's time to become a great leader, got some very interesting energy here because firstly I've got the mirror coming through with the void. Okay, and then after that we have the scythe and the clouds. Okay, so firstly, looking at this mirror and void, it's kind of like you're looking at some darker aspects within yourself. You're looking at the void within. You're looking at the darkness within yourself, and what you're seeing reflected back at you is like the darkness that's coming from within you here. So this is actually a very kind of deep kind of message here, Aquarius, where you're really facing some darker sides of yourself. I have just uploaded the most recent shadow work video, so there definitely might be something in that for you. And I'm kind of getting drawn to ask you to check your moon sign with that shadow work reading as well here, Aquarius. From memory, the Aquarius shadow work reading was relatively it was only one of the shorter readings in the whole thing. So I do feel as though there's actually something for you in your moon sign shadow work reading that you may want to check that out on that video. But it's really you sitting here and facing some darker aspects within yourself. There's this, I'm kind of with this void energy. It does feel as though, that there's this aspect within you that you feel this draw to, get sucked down a black hole kind of energy where, there's something within you that, I feel like there maybe has been parts of your past where you have been in deep depression and things like that, and you're really sort of starting to analyze these aspects of yourself and really sort of just look in the mirror and work out how can I incorporate the dark void energy without actually getting sucked into this black hole. How can I actually look at that and analyze that, look myself in the mirror and incorporate these darker aspects of myself into myself. With that Elizabeth and the lion, it's time to be a great leader. It's kind of like you're trying to, find the strength and the power to take leadership of yourself and who you are and where you're going. We're seeing that in a very creative way at the start of March here, but then in the middle of March, it's sort of this deep analyzing energy where you're really starting to look at the darker aspects of yourself and trying to face those sides of yourself to be able to incorporate them into who you are and where you're going and where you want to be. With the scythe and the clouds there, it does tell us that this energy of looking at the darker sides of yourself is going to actually enable you to make a sudden sort of change in the way that you think about things. The clouds is all about your thoughts, and with the clouds there, it does have a tendency to overthink things and to the point of being anxious and clouding your own judgment here. And it seems like you're sort of facing those aspects of yourself where you think about certain things too deeply, and you have this, for some of you, I do feel as though there's this tendency to be drawn to depression and be drawn to anxiety, and you're kind of here with this scythe energy going, I'm going to cut that, I'm going to cut that out, and I need to change the way I'm thinking, and you're really starting to do this in a very deep and meaningful kind of way. You're really taking ownership of your thoughts and of the way that you think about things, of your, I'm just feeling it's a tendency to be drawn to pessimism. All right, so tendency to look at the cup as though it's half empty rather than half full. And you're here kind of going, no, that's it. I'm changing that. I don't want to be like that anymore. I want to change that. I want to incorporate that, into me and change it and grow and learn and do better in the future and avoid being drawn into deep depressions and things like that, avoiding confusion by just cutting the BS and really making these changes within myself by looking really deeply at myself. So this is feeling like a big kind of personal journey here, Aquarius, where you are sort of looking pretty deeply at yourself and seeing yourself clearly in the mirror, good and bad. And realizing that, do you know what, that bad stuff, it's not necessarily bad, it's just a part of who I am. And the more that I can control that and take leadership of that and responsibility for that part of myself, the more I'm going to actually be able to incorporate that and control that, and and change for the better for myself. So that's actually feeling like, it's feeling very deep and dark and mysterious, but it's also feeling like it's all happening for a really positive reason. It may be bringing some aspects of yourself that you have struggled to face in the past, and you may be sort of facing them a little bit more head on in the middle of March here. And I feel like that's why you've protected your creative expression at the start of the month as well, because this creative expression is something that you feel is very positive within you, and you've protected that from these darker parts of yourself. So you've really split yourself with this stuff, and now you're like, okay, well, I've protected that, and I know that, I'm very, connected to that, and now I need to, face the darker ish, and incorporate that in a way that is going to help me move forward in the future in a better way for myself. So, the very deep sort of message here, Aquarius. But moving into the end of the March with the "You Belong" raised by wolves energy, I feel as though that's the balance. That's you finding that balance, and taking both the creative and the darker aspects of yourself, and sort of you belong to both of those, and you're taking responsibility for both the beautiful and the ugly, the toxic and the non-toxic sides of yourself, and bringing it all together in a really beautiful way, taking ownership of your own life here. There is some issues coming through here too. We do have the crossroad coming through firstly. So I do feel as though ultimately that does feel like it's just kind of telling you you're on the right path. You're following the right path for yourself here. You're making the choices that you need to make, these decisions to face these harder things. Although, yeah, hard. You're willing to walk that hard road in order to get to where you need to be. It does feel as though it's letting us know you're on the right path. All right, it feels like it's more of an affirmation for you there, that you're following the right path. You're making the right choices here. We do have the coffin. And then, very interestingly, we do have the goat followed by the fungi. Okay, so the goat is all about rebellious nature. The fungi is all about social networking type of stuff. So it kind of feels here with that coffin energy. The coffin is like a death and a rebirth. So you've killed off all these parts of yourself that no longer serve yourself. You've really ended that ish in your life for yourself here, and you're moving forward in brand new ways. This rebirth of who you are as a person here. We're seeing you following the right path by doing this. You're ending out what needs to end, and you're moving forward into new beginnings here. And one of these new beginnings is actually going to highlight for you at the end of March this need for you to rebel against social structure. Okay, so I don't. That means a lot. It's feeling like it means a lot for everyone within the collective here, but it's something about really needing to rebel against the social structure. So that it's playing out in so many different ways, because for some of you here that is a physical social structure, like people's judgment of you, and the way that people perceive you, and you're really rebelling against that, kind of going like, I don't care what these people think of me, I'm doing what's right for myself, I'm following my own path, and I belong regardless of whether you judge me as belonging or not. I know I belong. Whereas for others of you, there is this social structure, some sort of social hierarchy with that fungi that you're rebelling against here, that you're sort of butting heads with. So you may already be involved in some sort of community project or social structure. Like I keep getting this reference to like, I'm just trying to grab that. It's because I'm seeing, what I'm seeing is like, I'm seeing like a commune, or like It's some sort of social structure where it's like a commune, or like it may even be a religious thing for some of you here, but you're kind of really rebelling against that and going, you know what, I've done that. I've because I'm hearing veganism as well. I don't know why, because it feels like I'm getting, like, when I'm saying commune, I'm getting a few messages. I'm getting, for some of you it's like a religious thing, like a maybe even a cult, but for others of you that's like a hippie commune, where it's like if you're not full vegan you don't fit in, and if you're not if you don't do this and that, you don't fit in, and it's like people, that's why I feel like you're getting this you belong message, because it's like people are trying to tell you that you're not going to belong if you don't do this and do that and do this, and up until now you have been doing what these people are telling you, but now you're realizing, no, I need to rebel against that because it's not keeping in line with my truth. um, and I'm ending all that ish out of my life. I don't want to be like that anymore, because I'm feeling that some of this negative void energy is actually coming from that social structure. It's kind of like it's like a group around you that they have very positive intentions, or it's a very positive makeup, but to actually be 100% in with that, it's actually more harmful to people that don't fit into that structure. So if you don't 100% fit in with those beliefs and structure, it's actually more harmful than good. Even though the intentions don't seem to be bad, it's kind of like you having your own creative expression is going against that somehow. So for some of you, there is this, you breaking free from the chains of that, and kind of saying, do you know what? I belong to me, and it doesn't matter if you think I belong or not. I know I belong, and I belong to this community in a way that you may not even understand. That your intentions may be good, but they don't actually fit in with me. I don't actually. Um, it's something like that. That's a very interesting, specific kind of message. But for others of you, it may be just, general social structure, maybe more general, like, rebelling against what people think of you, or what you think people think that you have to fit in kind of thing, the fitting in kind of thing. It seems to be you're rebelling against fitting in, and you know that you belong regardless of whether you fit in or not. So it's kind of like, story of my life, Aquarius, where you fit in with the people that don't fit in, if that kind of makes sense. But it's so random, that message, and it's so different for everyone, so I can't pinpoint that more specifically. But we'll have a look at romantic love for you. Okay, Aquarius. Romantic love for Aquarius for March. What's going on for Aquarius with connection and romantic love in March? Manifestation. So yeah, you're moving forward in really positive ways. If you are trying to manifest a connection or certain things within an existing connection, there's your guideline that yes, it is coming through for you. Your calls have been answered. It may just I'm just sort of I'm getting drawn to the angel answers for time frame with that. Okay. Aquarius, what's going on for Aquarius in March with romantic love and connection? Yeah, I've got perfect timing on the bottom of the deck. So things happening in the way that they're supposed to. You're on the right path already, but we do have taking action. So if there is, this is the action you're taking, the manifesting, asking for what you want, asking the universe for what you want, being clear about where you want to go when it comes to romantic connection. All right, we do have the divine feminine coming through here as well. So we do see, emotion being very important, and nurturing the emotion within a connection during March is very important for you when it comes to love, nurturing the emotional side of things. And we do also have remain positive. Okay, so being optimistic and hopeful when it comes to whatever this situation you're manifesting is. For some of you, that is manifesting something specific within an existing connection. Others of you, that is manifesting a brand new connection, or manifesting something. I'm getting for a lot of you, it's something specific that you're trying to manifest with romantic love. And remain positive, taking action by manifesting, and focusing on what you're manifesting. But then, perfect timing, there is an element of divine timing with that as well. So things will happen when they're supposed to happen, and everything is going to fall in place exactly how it's supposed to for you. All right, so what a mixed bag for you this month in March, Aquarius. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. Like I said, I do suggest watching your moon placement on that shadow work reading, especially maybe towards even the middle of March. If you can't really face that stuff right now, keep that, link it up for yourself. Save it to your personal playlist or whatever for the middle of March. You'll be ready to look at that a bit deeper. But then, make sure you do leave a comment if you want to go in the draw for that personal reading, and I'll see you all again soon.